Today we are going to study Starbucks. You can see the first outlet of the Starbucks. Initially, they were selling only the coffee beans and not the actual coffee drink beverage. Starbucks opened in Seattle in 1971 when coffee consumption in United States had declined for a decade, and rival brands used cheaper beans to compete on price. So Starbucks opened when coffee consumption was on decline for last 10 years, and there were many competitors. So that point of time, the founder, CEO, and top management of the Starbucks at the initial level only uh, three founders were there, and these three founders were having good vision. So you can see three founders in the picture, and you will surprised to know that their profession was a writer and English teacher, history teacher, like that. So they were teacher and writer, author and teacher. So companies and these people started uh, Starbucks. The company's founders decided to try a new concept, selling only the finest imported coffee beans and coffee brewing equipments. So they were selling imported beans and machines by which you can make a coffee. The original store did not sell coffee by the cup, only beans. How Mr. Howard came to the Starbucks in 1982 while in Milan on business. He had walked into Italian coffee bar and had an epiphany. There was nothing like this in America. So Mr. Howard was on business tour to Italy, and there he has seen that there is a coffee shop, and they are actually serving the hot coffees, and there are different combination of coffees, and people are enjoying good time discussing, having fun, chit chatting. And after that, he decided that this kind of outlet we should start in America. It was an extension of the people's front porch. So it was people were sitting on the in the porch. It was an emotional experience to bring this concept to the United States. So Mr. Howard said about creating an environment that would blend Italian elegance with US informality. So he uh, he was emotionally connected to this concept, and he was having faith and belief in the vision. That's why the such organization grows. Many times we have very uh, small idea or very common idea, and out of that big organization uh, can start. Mr. Howard said about creating an environment that would blend Italian elegance with US informality. So, Mr. Howard wanted to give the best of the both the worlds, best of the both the cultures, Italian elegance plus US informality. He combined in the shop, and he started selling coffee through Starbucks. He envisioned Starbucks as a personal treat for its customers, a comfortable sociable gathering spot bridging the workplace and home. So there was no place for people uh, in between work, in between office and home. So he come up with the idea that we need to have one spot, one interlink between one connection between the home and the office, where people can come together, get socialized, and chit chat, feel comfortable, and discuss informally or discuss casually, and have fun. Starbucks expansion throughout the United States was carefully planned. All stores were company owned and operated, ensuring complete control over the product and unparalleled image of quality. So initially they were not ready to give the franchisee because they want to have total control over the product and total control over the customer experience they are giving in the outlet. and everything was carefully planned. So it's not like they come up with the idea, they thought one idea and they randomly haphazardly started this Starbucks. So they started it very carefully, and they don't wanted to waste this opportunity. So they wanted to have control over the product, and they wanted to have control over the quality and the experience which they are going to give to the customers. So in United States, Starbucks has a maximum branches, 6,000 branches. After that, South Korea, Mexico, United States, Turkey, Taiwan, Indonesia, Canada, and so on. And in India, almost 2007 retail outlets Starbucks has, and it accounts to 32,392 outlets by 2021 quarter one. By if you see the perceptual map, uh, on x-axis we have customer experience, and sorry, on x-axis we have cost, and on y-axis we have experience. So Starbucks is giving very good quality, very good customer experience, as well as it is costlier. That's why it is at the right hand side top. And below that we have Caribou. That means Caribou has less quality than Starbucks and less cost than Starbucks. But Caribou has more quality as compared to McDonald's, McCafe, and more price also. So then comes the McDonald in terms of cost and experience. Then comes the Dunkin' Donuts, and 7-Eleven has the least uh, cost and least quality. Starbucks used a hub strategy. Coffee houses entered a new market uh, in a clustered group. So you can see the map of the USA, United States of America, and you can see the clusters where coffee house is situated. Then you can see another map where there are so many states of the USA, and the larger blue spot indicates that larger blue dot indicates that there in that state we have more number of outlets, and smaller blue drop indicates that there are less number of retail outlet in that states. Although this deliberate saturation often cannibalized 30% of the one store sales, any drop in the revenue was offset by efficiencies in marketing and distribution cost and the enhanced image of convenience. So when they were starting retail outlets, uh, sometimes it may happen that in particular two retail outlets are very close together, and 30% of the customer or 30% of sales is uh, lost due to the presence of a retail outlet nearby. So that is offsetted by the advertising and distribution cost, building brand image, and attracting new customers. So they also have a plan. If any of our retail outlet is facing problems, so that drop in the revenue, drop in the sales due to the other outlet nearby, is compensated by the more advertising, more marketing, more promotional tools, and by building brand image. A typical customer stopped by the Starbucks 18 times a month. So generally, people visited Starbucks once in a 2 days, like almost 15 to 18 times in a month. Generally, in no US retailer had a higher frequency rate of customer visits. So uh, no other big player having such a footfall or such a frequency of visit of the customer. Starbucks' success is often attributed to its high quality product and services, and its relentless commitment to providing consumers the richest possible sensory experience. So, sensory experience is experienced by tasting coffee. So the taste of the coffee was very unique. They were providing they are preparing coffee by selecting the coffee beans, and it is roasting, processing of the coffee beans are in unique manner. They have standard operating procedure for that, and they used to select their competitive advantage is in selection of the best coffee beans in the world, and processing that coffee beans in a particular process system or method. So we generally say that you have to work on your process, method, and system. If your processes are good, if your processes are the best in the industry, you are bound to get success. And if your processes are not good, you do remaining, you take a lot of efforts, you do all other factors in a correct manner. If your processes are not correct, accurate, better, then you will not get success. You will struggle for the success. However, another critical component is its commitment to social responsibility. So they are into social responsibility also. Community. Starbucks gives back to its community in many ways, starting with the employees called partners. So Starbucks is calling their employee as a partner. Mr. Howard believed that Howard is CEO of the Starbucks. Founders are different and CEO was different. Mr. Howard believed that to exceed customers' expectation, the company must first exceed those of employees. So, in order to satisfy the customers, we have to satisfy the employees. In order to win the customers, we have to win the minds of the employees. The best employees, better employees will provide better services to the customers, and thereby employees will be the customers will be satisfied, delighted, and they'll become loyal in long term. They will become a loyal in long term. Then being a Starbucks partner means having the opportunity to be something more than employee. So they take care of their career and development and growth in their career. Starbucks sees possibilities ahead to grow up as a person in your career and in the community. Achieve your personal best, be connected to something bigger. So, when you are working in the best organization in the world or best organization in your country, you are bound to develop some qualities, you are bound to transform yourself. So that is one advantage working with the big brands. Since 1990, it has provided comprehensive health care to all employees, including the part-timers. Health insurance now costs the companies more each year than coffee. So they are spending more on the health insurance than their raw material, that is coffee beans. So you can imagine they are just spending more on one component of the employee than their raw material. So how much they are taking care of their employees, that it is another. There is one more case study we can discuss on just how they are providing training, how they are taking care of their employees, and how they are grooming, developing, and growing their employees, uh, uh, doing welfare activities for the employees. Uh, that is one big case study regarding Starbucks. A stock option plan allows the employees to participate in the firm's financial success, and the company has committed to hiring 10,000 veterans and military spouses over the next 5 years. So, after providing insurance, now they are uh, giving option to purchase their shares, and they participate in the growth of the Starbucks. Again, they want to hire employees from the uh, military, especially the spouses and the uh, retired people of the military, so that they can contribute towards defense personnel. In 2013, in 2013, employees donated 6,30,000 hours of community service. The company hopes to top 10 lakh hours by the end of the 2015. So they are also doing considerable work for the community. Their employees are working for the community, solving the problems in the community. Starbucks created the Starbucks Foundation in 1997 to create hope discovery and opportunity in communities, mainly by supporting literacy programs for children and families in the United States, Canada, and charities worldwide. So, worldwide, they are working for the community. They are working specially into the education sector, because if educated person can earn and can live independently, and he can teach others also. So they are solving the problems for the employment, for the food, and on the to take them out of the poverty by educating people. By educating people, he can decide what is wrong and what is right for him. He can find a job, he can have a this salary, and he can earn money, and he can have food for him and his family. So education is important part of any society. The Starbucks Foundation, created in 1997, focuses on supporting literacy program for children and families in the United States and Canada. Expanded, it has now donated millions of dollars to charities and communities worldwide. What you can see in the picture is Indonesia's Starbucks Coffee Company Foundation. In 2013, the foundation gave 8.7 million US dollar to 144 non-profit organization. So they have also given donations to the NGOs around the world. Starbucks has donated more than 11 million to the Global Fund through the partnership with the Product Red, a global initiative to help stop spread of HIV in Africa. So under this Red program, Starbucks Love Project, if you purchase Starbucks product, especially the red colored product, they will contribute some amount to the to fight against the HIV. And you know that HIV is a serious threat in Africa, in some other countries. Check in for Foursquare between June 1st to June 10th. Every time you do, it will trigger $1 to help fight AIDS. So the same thing I was telling you. If you purchase their product, they will donate $1 out of that product to fight AIDS, and their goal is to earn 2,50,000 US dollar to contribute to fight AIDS. Ethical sourcing. Starbucks collaborates with the Conservation International (CI), a non-governmental organization, that is NGO. So they are working with the NGO, Conservation International, for ethical sourcing. They and follows coffee and farmer equity (CAFE) practices. Coffee and farmers equity (CAFE) practices. A comprehensive coffee buying program to purchase high quality coffee from farmers who meet social, economic, and environmental standards. So Starbucks is purchasing a coffee from a farmer, world's best coffee growing farmers, and there is a condition, there is criteria, there is a filter that these farmers should have used good practices like social practices, economically good practices, socially good practices, and environmentally good practices. So in ethical sourcing, they are working with the NGOs. They are purchasing their product from the environment friendly suppliers, like that is farmers. Coffee sourcing is done as per the CAFE guidelines, and increase in purchase of CAFE certified coffee. They are almost 100% sourcing coffee beans from such under CAFE guidelines, and they are also following fair trade practices. They are also supporting farmers by providing loan, and that is helpful in their farm activities. Of 396 million pounds of the coffee Starbucks purchased in 2013, 95% was ethically sourced. So more than 90% of their raw material is ethically sourced. The company also works continuously with the farmers to improve responsible methods of farming, such as by planting trees along rivers and using shade growing techniques to help preserve forests. So, so Starbucks is taking all the efforts for forestation, to grow the trees along the rivers, and there are some small steps, but they if you do over the period of time, it will have compounding effect, and you will see a drastic change over long period of time for forest conservation and growing trees. So under CSR efforts, you can say, under corporate social responsibility efforts, you can say Starbucks is ethically sourcing, Starbucks is environment friendly, and Starbucks is doing community services. Over the years, Starbucks has invested more than $70 million in collaborative farmer programs and activities. Then environment. Starbucks is considered a leader in green initiative, building new LEED certified green buildings, reducing waste, and improving water conservation. Uh, that is recycled or used by uh, 2015. So Starbucks is recycling the water used in their outlet, and they are also manufacturing. They are also preparing their outlets as per the LEED certification for the green buildings. So there is minimum wastage, there is minimum pollution to the environment. Such guidelines are there under LEED rules and regulations. The world's first recycled beverage cup made up of 10% post-consumer fiber, 10 years in the making, and the new hot cup paper sleeve that requires fewer materials to make conserve approximately 1 lakh trees a year. Now the team is working to ensure customer recycle. So Starbucks took 10 years of research and development to prepare a recycled cup, and in that recycled cup there is recycled material. Which suppose today suppose 1 lakh cups coffee is consumed by the uh, Starbucks customers. So that 1 lakhs cup is tried to recycle. That cups are sent to recycle. They are first of all, that cups are separated and then they are sent for the recycling. And out of that old cup, they try to manufacture new cup. So Starbucks want to achieve 100% recyclable cup by 2021, by within 1 or 2 year, and they are recommit to 25% reusable cup usage by providing better incentives for the customers. So there is a activity, if you bring your cup while you visit to Starbucks, then they will provide you some kind of discount on their snacks, coffee, and other products. So this is how it's working. So there is some there are uh, some mm, some parts of the cup which you have to understand, which you have to check whether they are recyclable or not. Straw is in plastic, it can be recycled. Lid is of plastic, it can be recycled. Then cup, it can be recycled, it is made up of plastic. Then sleeve around that cup is there, which will not make a coffee cold, and it will keep coffee hot. So that is recyclable. Sometimes lid and cups, if they have some the coating, some kind of chemical coating, then they cannot be recycled. Jim Hanna, Starbucks director of environmental impact, explains Starbucks define a recyclable uh, cup not by what cup is made out of, but by our consumers actually having access to recycling services. So they just don't want to stop at the recycling the cup. They want customers to participate in their recycling services, so they have bigger goal in recycling business. Starbucks goal is to make 100% of its cups recycled or used. Starbucks pledges to develop recyclable cup by 2021, and I think they have developed. Mr. Howard stepped down as a CEO in 2000, but returned as a CEO, president, and chairman in 2008 to help restore the growth and excitement to powerhouse chain. Actually, Mr. Howard was having some vision, so having a dream to work in government organization at some particular post. So he resigned in 2000, and then he was working with the government on one particular destination for particular profile. But in 2008 there was a recession, and he could not able to see there is a see the Starbucks in a problem, because he worked over there. So he was emotionally attached to that company. So that company was performing not performing good. So he again joined that company to improve their growth. Today more than 3 billion customer visit Starbucks in their 20,000 stores in 65 countries. So it is huge amount, a huge number. The company has more than 2 lakhs employees and brought in 14.9 billion US dollar in revenue in 2013. So it was great number. It was huge number. 2 lakh employees of any organization is very huge number. To achieve its international growth goals, Mr. Howard believes Starbucks must retain a passion for coffee and sense of humanity and continue to prove that company stands for something more than just profitability. So it's not just coffee that they are selling good customer experience, they are selling their services, they are selling their ideas, selling comfortable place, they are providing quality time to the customers so that they can chit chat, discuss, socialize, have fun, and solve problems, come together, be casual, and enjoy their life, enjoy the quality time. So this is all. It is not just a coffee. So there are some questions. Starbucks makes business decisions that are both ethical and responsible. Has it done a good job communicating its efforts to consumers? So Starbucks is doing a lot of ethical services, community services, responsible services. Or Starbucks is doing a lot of CSR activities, corporate social responsibility activities, and it is communicating it to the customers. Do you think that it will benefit to the Starbucks? So yes, it will benefit. We'll discuss in detail in the next slide. Do consumers believe Starbucks is socially responsible company? Why or why not? Second question is, where does a company like Starbucks draw the line on supporting socially responsible programs? How much of its annual budget should do go toward these programs? How much the time should employees focus on them? Which program should it support? So CSR activity under for how much time they should do it and where they should stop it. How do you measure the results of the Starbucks social responsible program? So how whatever they are doing, how you measure that is the CSR activity is actually helping the Starbucks. So we will see the profile of the Starbucks. Target group is 18 to 40 years old. Life cycle of the customers are young and adults. Gender for both the gender, male and female. Income middle income group and upper middle income group and rich people. Positioning high price, high quality, and good customer experience. A demographic profile of the customers: working professional, young college graduate, then middle age group, family people, and college students. Now, first question: Starbucks has worked hard to act ethically and responsibly. So Starbucks is doing a lot of CSR activity. Has it done good job communicating efforts to consumers? So first is Starbucks charges premium price for coffee, and does it so because it is able to market to consumers that that this good quality coffee has been ethically sourced and served by the responsible company. First of all, Starbucks is providing very good product, very good coffee to the customers, and the coffee raw materials are ethically sourced and properly served, and it is environment friendly, and ethically they are involving, they are helping farmers. So that is true in the first stage, that they are following very good practices. Then in second, Starbucks employees have a volunteer in the community service, and it partners the initiatives to support literacy program and fight and stop spread of HIV in Africa. So they are doing considerable amount of, their employees are doing considerable amount of community services, and they are also donating few amount of their purchase of the product to stop the spread of the AIDS or fight against the AIDS. So this is very good on the under CSR activities. Starbucks shares its message regarding ethics and social responsibility on its corporate website. Then there are many international reports publishing the social work and ethical practices incorporated by the Starbucks. First of all, they are communicating this through their website, and there are so many news reports and case studies and PPTs, videos, and discussion going on this matter. So definitely it is creating good brand image for the Starbucks, and building brand is not a joke. Building brand takes a lot of money, and by just doing socially responsible activities under CSR activity, they are generating a lot of good word of mouth publicity, good brand building, and good positive image for their company. So it has benefited, and they should do it. Where does a company like Starbucks draw a line on supporting socially responsible programs? So in the first part, the first point is the Starbucks Foundation support literacy program. They even partner with the international NGO to foster to speed up the program. It also donates 5 cents from the every sale of its ethos bottled water to improve quality of water on poor countries, and they want $10 million they want to donate for providing safe drinking water. And they are first of all, they are supporting their employees, then they are working to for the NGOs, and they are working on the providing safe drinking water. Then Starbucks employees volunteer in a community services, and it spends a huge sum on CSR. In my opinion, it should be reevaluate the strategy and focus to support the concept that promote their brand as well. So the company has to come up with the research. They should do research that these CSR activity, how much customer gives importance to this CSR activity. Are the CSR activity a major influencing factor behind the purchase, behind the repeat purchase of the Starbucks coffee? So if they do a huge study, extensive study of this on this topic, they will get the answer. Starbucks must support programs for the upliftment of the poor farmers. Moreover, the programs like voluntary community service by the employees send a very good positive image in everybody's mind. So broadly, if we say, Starbucks should evaluate first of all that how much influence social CSR activities has on their customers, and then Starbucks has to decide how much they should involve in CSR activity. Then how do you measure the results of the Starbucks socially responsible program? How you measure the effectiveness of the CSR activity? The Starbucks social responsibility strategy is based on the three pillars: community service, ethical sourcing, and environment conservation. This is a hit. This is a success. As they aim to improve the life of the people and quality of the products. Starbucks promotes its social responsibility activities a lot on the online, but on the other hand, fight with the government for its moves such as strict pollution standard. So Starbucks should create a very good positive image, and they should not condemn or criticize the government's rules and regulation against strict pollution standards. Otherwise, people will say that they are diplomatic. They are showing something else, and they are acting something else. They are saying something else, and they are acting, they are performing, they are doing something else. Still it has supported Still Starbucks has supported NGOs, funded literacy programs, organized a community service whenever need arises. These certainly creates a positive image of its brand. So you can measure these CSR activities programs done under CSR activities by taking feedback from the customer, by checking the growth of the organization, by checking the revenue sales of the organization, by doing research and survey how much the how much the CSR activities influence the brand building of the Starbucks, or how much brand image is influenced by the CSR activities, and how much brand building happened due to CSR activities. So we have discussed this slide of the number of outlets. Then if you see wherever you see the green area, there Starbucks has their retail outlets, or where they are or the regions you can see in the green color are the regions where Starbucks is selling their coffee. So in United Kingdom they have 1000 outlet, Canada 1500 outlet, United States 15,000 outlet, China 4000 outlet, South Korea 1000 outlet, Japan 1000 outlet, and in India almost 200 outlets we have. Then as we have one question, how you measure uh, the effectiveness of the CSR activity. So this graph is explaining the rapid growth of this Starbucks location. So Starbucks is globally accepted due to their positive image and their CSR activities, we can say. Distribution of the stores by the segments. In America, they have more than 50%, more than half of the outlets are there in the America. Then internationally, they have 23 outlets. Then in China, Asia Pacific region, CAP region, they have 17%, and in Europe, Middle East, Asia, and Africa region, they have 6% outlet. Do consumers believe Starbucks is a responsible company? Practicing business on the basis of ethics and moral values. So they are following ethical values, moral values, and they are practicing it in their business. Be it a employee, be it a customer, they are working for them. They are working for the employee welfare, employee benefit, employee career growth, and they are also working for the customers. It is customer centric company, and they are providing customer satisfaction, customer delight, customer loyalty is more to this uh, brand, blending corporate social responsibility and marketing activities, and following the cause related marketing style. So CSR activities, cause related marketing. So they are working to for the safe drinking water. They are working for fight against the HIV. They are working to stop the spread of the HIV. They are working for empowering the people through education. So company, everybody is aware that Starbucks is responsible company because of their social activities. They help in bringing sustainability by giving something back to the society in whichever way possible. They are also working on the recycling. They are working on the recycling. They are working on the education. They are working on the employee. They are working on the customer. They are working on the education, and they are working with the farmers. They are working for the farmers. They are providing loan to the farmers. Then they are not polluting the environment. They are setting example for the others, and a lot of things there are there to regarding the Starbucks background. If we see, it is an American coffee company or coffee house chain founded in 1971 in Seattle. In the on the first slide, you can see the photos also. Mr. Howard joined in 1982 as a CEO. It has 2 lakhs employees. It has 32,000 outlet, and huge sum of uh, revenue. Then in terms of products, they have coffee products. Then they have tea. Then they have fresh juices. They have a lot of other beverages. So tea, coffee, fresh juice, beverages, and in snacks they have sandwich, muffin, brownie, cookie. Then wraps, salads, so many things. And in they are also selling mugs. They are also selling tumblers. These are called drinkware. They are selling raw coffee beans. they are selling tea beans, then they are selling equipments which can make the coffee, and and they are also selling Starbucks accessories or the raw material or the goodies. Then if we see the goals, building a company with the soul, then customer satisfaction, contribute back to the society, best quality products and best service. Then if we discuss, if you want to see say the strength of the Starbucks, they are world leader in the coffee industry. They have outlet all over the world and has a high brand equity, high brand image, good brand value. Then products are of high quality and unique. So it is high quality, high experience company. Then about weakness, it is high priced product than competitors, so cannot everybody cannot purchase frequently. Higher operating cost as a coffee beans have to be imported, so raw material is imported, so they don't have control over that. Only famous of its different coffee products, thus highly dependent on it. So they are more dependent on just one product, that is coffee. Opportunity, there's huge potential in the developing market like India, China. Higher operating cost as coffee beans have been have to be imported. So in the future, if they start, if they don't find any option, then uh, uh, they can go for the, they can reduce the price of the raw material, that is coffee, by identifying g- coffee beans nearby. They can join venture with the supermarkets to sell its high quality coffee beans, so they can sell their products, coffee beans, through the supermarket also. Then threat, they face huge competition from the cheaper and famous brands. So there is rivalry or competition is a threat. Local cultural and political issues trouble the establishment. So these are uh, the external factors like culture, politics, government regulations. Then reports suggest usage of contaminated beans that health conscious consumers are worried of. So if there is any problem with the raw material, or as this is a food product, if there is any problem with the ingredients of the coffee, or any problem with the coffee beans, then a brand image can be diluted. Starbucks has some point of parity and some point of differences. Point of parity, which the points can be copied by the competitors, is like convenience, value, experience, community service. Like this point can be copied, but what cannot be copied is the best quality Starbucks has, the selection of the best coffee beans, then image of the Starbucks, then variety, they have more than 80,000 combination of the coffees. So the freshness coffee gives to the customers. So it is divided into POP POD in fast food chain, POP POD in supermarkets, and POP POD in local cafe. Then brand mantra, Starbucks gives the richest possible sensory experience while drinking coffee. So emotionally, how customers are attached with the product is coffee. Starbucks gives richest, best possible sensory experience, that is taste of the coffee experience to the customers. Then position themselves as being more than just a coffee. It is not just a coffee, it is Starbucks. So status symbol is also attached with the Starbucks. Then unique and warm third place for their consumers to go outside home and office. So casual place where you can discuss, you can chit chat, you can enjoy, you can you can spend quality time. Then brand function, regarding brand function, Starbucks is known for its best in class coffee. That's why they are that's why they are important. Brand awareness and attitude, regarding brand awareness and attitude, logo, the Starbucks logo is identified by the people even without the name. High brand equity is there in the market. Every time you walk into the Starbucks, you know you will be greeted with a smile and friendly attitude. So that's how employee are treating, giving best experience to their customers. Every Starbucks has a similar feel, and your drink order will taste the same, whether you are in a New York or Spain or India or China. The training of staff provide a superior experience that the Starbucks client base has come to expect. So they are spending a lot of time, money, and efforts on the employee training and development, employee grooming, so that customer also get the good experience, good service from the employees. With the company's great marketing strategy, free Wi-Fi, comfy and relaxing store layouts, and top-notch coffee, it's no wonder why this company has built such a great reputation. So they are also providing Wi-Fi. They are also providing the best layout, best place to sit, best place to spend the time. So these are all elements attached with the Starbucks. Then brand appeal. Starbucks is providing personalized service, that is personalized coffee. So they may give you light coffee, mild coffee, strong coffee, or various combination. Then customer intimacy and human touch. So they are customer centric company, and their employee is very courteous, very helpful to towards you. Great quality products served in a clean and convenient stores. Coffee shops are located in a convenient and strategic location. It is served in a special and intimate ambience according to each customer's taste. So the experience you drink coffee in the Starbucks is very memorable, very unique, and you feel that you are at a different place, and you like to come back to that place. Contemporary design that is consistent with its advertising and decor. So what they are showing in the advertisement, similar kind of environment they are creating in the retail outlet. Focus on the social networking in cultivating a youthful image. So their place is good for the socializing. Then introduce sugary whipped cream topping drinks and steamed milk with the focus on teenager. So they are also providing different toppings, cream toppings, and many good menus. Flexible changes to the orders and memorizing the of the favorite orders for its customer. So they try those who are regularly coming to their retail outlet. They try to remember, try to provide uh, them the best service by offering them whatever they have, they like, and there is flexibility, there is uh, customization to the coffee. Then they are also asking ideas to the customers uh, customers and the employees, and they are implementing these ideas. So more than 1,50,000 ideas submitted over the past 5 years. Out of that, 277 ideas actually they worked on. So 20 lakhs votes have been cast on the My Starbucks idea, more than mayor election. They are giving free Wi-Fi. 7,500 Starbucks in the US and Canada have Wi-Fi can be accessed with just one click. Then they are providing new flavor, various flavor. They are adding the product line. They are giving a lot of options to the customers. They are giving free birthday treat to the lucky customers. Till date they have given free birthday treat to the 1 lakh customer, so that they can enjoy their birthday and it should be remain memorable. Then they come up with a splash stick. They keep clothes clean for their employees. Then happy hour. Suppose Wednesday is a day where very few customer will come, and most of the customer they'll come either on the weekend or at the start of the week on Monday. So in between Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, we have very few customers, or customer don't have to increase the sales on these 3 days. They give some kind of discount. It's called happy hour. Mobile payment drive throughs. So you can the payment option through mobile app is what innovative idea. Then Coke cake pops, more than 58 lakhs cake pop streets enjoyed each year, with Friday being the most popular day. So there are different ideas. Now there are some facts. There are 87,000 possible drink combination at Starbucks. Then they at the 300 million US dollars, Starbucks spend more on healthcare insurance for its employees than coffee beans. Then ethical sourcing. They are sourcing. Starbucks has partnered with the Conservation International, that is CI. This will ensure the coffee it purchases is of highest quality, because it is prepared by the farmers who are using ethical practices, so there is no pesticide or chemicals in it. Moreover, it ensures that the coffee has been responsibly grown and ethically traded. Then on environment conservation, Starbucks has created world's first recycled beverage cup, and it took 10 years to prepare that uh, cup. This will mean conserving 78,000 trees every year. So they saved 78,000 trees every year from cutting down by using a recyclable cup. They also emphasize energy and water conservation and building green LED certified building around the world. So they are preparing their retail outlet as per the LED certified certification, which is meant for the environment protection. They are also saving water and energy in their retail outlets. The Starbucks CSR activity. Starbucks Foundation supports literacy program in the US and Canada and has donated millions of dollars to the charities. Starbucks employs volunteer community service hours in events such as during any disaster. Starbucks is also a partner in Product Red that helps to fight and stop spread in HIV. Then Starbucks is believe in fair trade initiatives. It is world's largest fair trade purchaser, and Starbucks aim to have 100% of their coffee certified or verified by the independent third party. And customer satisfaction, they are number one. Uh, so Starbucks has 3 lakh employees and 32,000 stores, and in almost around all the major countries they are selling their products. Starbucks has utilized human resources approach through the constant communication with their partners about working environments, benefits, and productivity. So they are empowering their employees. They are training their employees, developing. They are building their careers. They are making them good citizens, good skilled employee, and they are also giving them benefits, a lot of benefits, and they are increasing their production, and they are giving them good work environment, so that they should not have a lot of stress work related to work. They have provided their partners with the constant access to information regarding their benefits, as well as given them that information in over 15 different languages. So Starbucks is very transparent about their rules and regulation about the employees. Then some of their print advertisements: Starbucks or nothing because compromise leaves a really bad aftertaste. Then share a snowflake. Uh, then if your coffee is not perfect, we will make it over. We will make it again. And if it is still not perfect, then make sure that you are in Starbucks. So regarding we have discussed this CSR activity. Come in for one of the 87,000 drink combination, all made with the 100% responsible, grown ethically traded espresso. So this is all regarding Starbucks. I hope you have understood this case study. So thank you so much.